Hello, 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 and welcome to the final game of the Jurassic Rhythm Cup. It's been really exciting. We have a game 3 Nate versus Phone for the climatic battle. I'm joined today by PhilosoRay. Why don't you say hello?
Hello.
Alright, the runners are about to start. Let me sync this up. Everything look good? Yeah. Oh, the match has started. Okay, and the runners are off to the races here. Oh. We have a Luca Marl start. Girl power. So this is the
2
info
out of
code
3
3
pieces of girl
team.
power at least.
Yeah, we hoping for an early flare and ice too. Actually, no,
If
I
we get
take it
the
back.
early ice too, I can anticipate people staying with Morrow for most of this run.
Yeah, but definitely that. Luca, doesn't matter what she has. You're most likely end up keeping her for the sheer damage value. But I'm gonna say I want a fire 2, ice 2, first tech, just to make it easy on them, MP wise.
We don't want to make it easy on them.
Oh, it's
That
a
that
final
makes for a really easy
game.
final game. We want it to be challenging. We want there to be back and forth.
No. I want
Alternate
the
go
text
mode.
to be easy. But I want everything else to be hard.
Power tabs are +3.
Well, you love to see it, except this is not the power tab team. Neither of them scale their attack damage off of power. It's accuracy.
This is probably the first run that I've commentated and tracked where both runners are mirroring their movements. Usually it's different directions. Oh, there's the split. Usually runners go in different directions at the start, which makes the tracking a little bit more challenging, but this is so easy right now.
Yep. It looks like Nate's gonna hop in the forest, or is he checking the cook? He's gonna hop in the. They're both in the forest, getting some early tech points.
Yep.
You know, this fight is guaranteed to get you your first tech.
Ruka and Carl and Woe and Hylia.
Oh, yeah. Ruka and Carl. What? What does this
There's a
naming
Fire
scheme?
2 and a Haste.
That's a pretty good first tech, honestly.
Well, Fire 2 guarantees that we're not going to have any trouble clearing through Hecarim. We've got an AoE screen clear, so... They both pick up the free shelter, and they go for their second tech.
Now, shelters are not cheap when you are not forming Gil anywhere.
Fire and Aura. No double tech potential, but having haste early on is really nice. And having Fire 2, as I've already mentioned, is a fantastic start.
Indeed, we wanted that
I'm
good
being
screen
told that the
clear.
meta has changed.
Oh, what's the new meta?
Putting off going to 1000 AD.
I don't know. That's Ceres Rose talking. We're gonna believe her.
Well, I have to say, I have to believe Ceres Rose a little bit, because we were both in Gato Cup together, and they consistently beat me every round. Even the practice async races we were doing, they always had a better time than me, so I gotta give them some credit. Give credit where credit is due, you know? Magic tabs are also +3, and I'm sure both of our runners will be loving that. These two are almost perfectly in sync. Same locations, same plan, same strategy.
No Backstreet Boys tonight. We are in sync.
Absolutely. Now I'm trying to think of a good NSYNC song to make a pun out of, but I can't. None of them come to mind.
Maybe we'll get the dirty pop here.
Bye 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 was NSYNC, wasn't it?
Yeah, wait. Yes. I had to go back to the 90s for a
Dreamstone.
second.
Both runners pick up a Dreamstone. They get the speed tab from behind Toma's grave.
Yep, good tracking so far. For those who don't know, Ray is handling the tracking. I am handling the restream on the tech end. A little bare bones on the night shift here, but this is still going to be an exciting race. And just hope
Usually
my
the first
internet
5
holds
or
up.
6 minutes of every race is our runners traveling around the map. I think that was a jerky at Snail Stop I saw. Getting some information, trying to find out where items are before they start doing the real dungeon dives to make progression. Always looking for ethers, shelters, some heals, some revives, and I think we've actually got the full spread of items in the first couple shops.
Yeah, and those are not guaranteed. And one other thing about the healing items in this game, other than shelter, is that all their values have been randomized. So tonics could heal as low as 30 up to 80. Everything scales like that. And ethers, same thing, could be as low as 7 MP, which is really tough when you have an 8 MP skill. And almost no MP to start with.
Phone will be the first one into the cathedral. And we
get
see
there.
that we've got a frog in the burrow.
So, but that's a vanilla frog.
That is a vanilla frog. Better than a chocolate frog. And now I wish they made white chocolate frogs, but they don't. What a shame.
I'm sure if you go to Universal, they have them.
They might. What is a... No, chocolate frogs were the ones from Harry Potter.
Correct.
I'm also recalling the frozen frogs from Avatar: The Last Airbender that helped cure the poison condition from Aang's friends.
Yes. Oh,
Bone
and we
picks
have a
up
chrono. So yeah, we might be freezing Frog out in the burrow because if we get the sword, well, actually no, if we get the sword pieces, we're gonna pick him up and hopefully go to Magus Castle. But no sign of any go mode in sight at the moment.
Bone, who bought the jerky, is going to go turn it in. Jerky is usually a high quality item, so this might actually be a little bit of an advantage depending on what we get.
Maybe a Rainbow and Wonder Shot?
Haste Helm -1 is not the end of the world.
You put the haste helm on Marl and then use her haste to haste everyone else.
Depending on what the minus value is. So for the item randomizer, some items will have plus values, some items will have minus values, which means they're a little bit stronger, a little bit weaker than the default item, depending on how it rolls. But Haste Helm on its own still grants haste, which is a valuable ability. Speed is king in this sort of a randomizer, and just having a free haste is really nice to have, especially since both the girls are some of the slower characters in the game.
Yes, we do like them for their heavy magic damage. What?
I'm just looking at chat. Was that a confused first on Chrono? Seriously?
It's gonna make him MP hungry, but you like to see it. And Confuse is one of his later techs that scales. It's basically the equivalent of 4 critical hits, I want to say.
Something like that. And the fact that we already have a Luca with Fire 2, you've already got Fire Sword 2, which is one of the stronger damage dealing techs in the game. That'll carry you through a lot of boss fights on its own.
Yep, and so Phone opted out of Cathedral other than getting the character. Nate is going to commit to getting the character from Cathedral, which requires going to the back of here and then going to the castle, to the Queen's room to see who is back there. We know it can't be Frog. Would anyone make a difference at this point to make this run a little more interesting?
Robo would make a difference because if there's a key item or go mode progression locked behind the desert, you need Robo to turn that check in.
Then let's hope for a Robo. I want to see different go modes here for the final. We want something interesting.
That would be awesome. Different go modes, different routing, and still ending up at the end boss with similar times. I'm shooting for finishes within 1 minute of each other.
Oh, you want a neck and neck finish?
I want a neck and neck finish. Let's make it a good race. Lapis, was that 343 HP on a Lapis?
343, Guilty Spark. Sorry, that was a Sleeper Cell code, I think, from my Halo days.
I think I saw a Protect on Marl. If chat can help me out with keeping an eye on the skills for each character. I'm trying to track a lot of data, and they both move so quickly.
Their menu game is really
7
on
MP
point.
ethers, though. Thank you.
Oh, 7 MP ethers.
That's under the default value of 10, which means for people who are mana hungry, is quite a lot.
This is as close to mana hungry party as you get with Confused, First Tech Chrono, and well, we don't have Flare Luca at least.
Yeah, true. And while Flare is stronger, we can get away with a Fire 2 just as well.
Yeah, Flare MP.
It'd be really nice if we could get that Ice 2.
Fire 2s. I think Marl will need to have her magic unlock before we see Ice 2, unfortunately.
Yes, because she's got Protect as her third, so we won't see Ice 2.
Oh, what was her second?
Unless we go get magic. She's got Haste, Aura, and Protect.
The Aura might come in handy. I also could see Nate maybe swapping out Marl, depending on who the other character is.
Very true. If you get a Robo, well, we won't get Frog, or no, but if we got a Robo in the back, Robo and Frog are two characters with a single tech full party heal, which would be nice. That would give you two characters focused on damage and one to keep the party alive.
Mm-hmm. And Nate makes Flea look easy.
Oh, thank you. Cure 2. Thank you for the corrections.
Cure 2 is better Aura.
Very true. And I love that pun from Ceres Rose in chat. Ayla would triple kick Marl out of the party. Indeed she would.
That's her right. That's her great times a lot grandmother. Or granddaughter.
I see a Cyclone on Chrono. Not sure. Oh, we know he's got Confused already. Maybe his Cyclone is 2?
Seems likely.
These runners are moving so fast. I'm pretty sure Nate did like one Fire Sword 2 to kill Flea in the back of Cathedral. And is now... There's the Ayla!
Alright, who gets the boot?
While Phone is working his way through Mother Brain. Very interesting spot to have a Mother Brain in the Hecarim Cave spot.
Yeah, and the screens keep glitching out because they don't play nice in the cave here. But you do want to take out 2 of the 3 of them to minimize the healing Mother Brain gets, but not all 3, because then you have a very bad time.
Nate going for... Looks like he's doing the Xenon Bridge check. He kicked Chrono out of the party and is running... What's a good... he's running Destiny's Child team. We're doing 90s band kicks, right? That'd be Destiny's Child?
Yeah, okay.
Or 3 of 5 Spice Girls?
3 out of 5 Spice Girls?
Ooh. I mean, like, 3 out of 5 Spice Girls is probably easier to match them to. You've got Sporty Spice, you've got Posh Spice, and there wasn't really a tech Spice Girl, was there?
The secret spice that runs the light board.
There you go. But I think of this team, man, probably Marl ends up being the Beyonce of it.
Oh, did you
Just
see
because
what...
she's the most popular.
Yeah, I could see that. Did you see what the bridge item was?
Nope, totally missed it. I was making Spice Girl jokes.
Chat, help us out. What did we get?
Prism Shard, thank you, series.
Okay, so with that, we have Marl. We can turn that in, and one of the upgrades, I forget when it happened, it was somewhat recent, is that you can actually go to the bottom of the castle and just see what the item is without committing to the whole quest.
Yes, that is one of the few checks that are peekable. So you don't have to commit to the whole thing. You can see what it is and decide if you want it. Pop in Bracket Shard. This phone is still... This Mother Brain fight's giving him a little bit of trouble here. This is what happens when you go into a fight that can be challenging a little too early. Maybe without the right armor or weapons. And
Yeah,
the 7 MP ethers are definitely not helping.
Yeah, and rushing to Hecarim when you have a couple other lower level checks you could do first. Maybe not the best idea, but I don't hate it because you get a lot of tech points along the way here.
Yep. Honestly, if I were in Phone's position, I would have done the same thing. If you've got a Fire 2, there's no reason I would not have gone to Hecarim right away. It's just a bad boss location. To be like, oh, I don't know if I can kill this right now.
Yep, and Phone relying on Aura World to keep themselves topped up here. Hope he takes out one of the other screens. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. I was like, why did he have 2 screens running for so long?
Yeah, he's probably kicking himself
now
for
we
that.
see the power of some Flame Kick on Nate's side as he's fighting a mutant on Xenon Bridge. That's not Giga. It's not Mega. Oh, that is Giga.
Yeah, and so Giga is, what, magic only?
I think Mega is the only one you can hit with physical, but all 3 of them will take magic damage. So I just teach myself, if it's a mutant, it's magic damage. And Phone does have the Fire Sword too, which he's used a couple times. I think it's just he can't put out enough damage with it before the screens heal it all back again. And he takes 3 turns to get enough MP back for Confuse.
Yeah, those ethers rolling so low are really hindering, I guess, both runners right now. As Nate's Carl is running real low on HP. The tongue from Gigabutin having to travel so far seems to really mess with the bitrate. Honestly, on phone side, would it just be faster to maybe just attack with everyone? Except Merle goes down, so maybe not.
Nate clears the bridge, is turning in the Naga Bromide. More tabs.
Yep, this old guy's hoarding one of each tab and really wants that bromide. I know
looks like he's
told me
gonna
what the
prep
bromide
for
is, but
Prism
I
Shard.
forget.
Yep. Nate's gonna take that Prism Shard check and be like, hey, let's prep that. If we're gonna go to 1,000, let's make sure we can at least do that piece of it if we want it.
Yeah, although I don't think Nate has enough levels to actually do the quest, so I don't know when we peak it.
He might be turning in this jerky now.
Did he get the jerky?
I didn't think he bought it, but maybe he did. Oh, yep, he did buy it. Okay, so we'll update a jerky for him as well.
Getting his good gear. Fairy's bringing up a good point. Yeah, just checking is worth it because there are a bunch of high quality chests along the way that you can grab and leave with.
Absolutely. And I think you can open the chests and check the item and leave, and it doesn't lock you into the event. His phone continues to put as much work down on this mother brain, but that wood sword is definitely not helping.
No, and Nate does get a gold stud for his troubles. It's a gate
So
key
Nate
and
finds
prison
the
shard.
gate key in Guardia Basement.
I don't know if he can handle this
He
boss,
chooses
though.
to take it, and now he's in this King's trial sequence. I really hope Phone's able to get out of this fight, like, with a win.
This is a
He
big time
spent
investment.
several minutes in this fight, which is a really long time. But the lack of a chrono weapon is definitely hindering his damage output here. There, he got the breakdown. Sweet.
Oh, that was close.
What does he get for his trouble? God, I hope it's not a moonstone.
Well, it wouldn't be the worst if he does Xenon Bridge right after. Because I believe you can get 2 checks then from the Prism Shard.
True. I mean, it'd be really great if it was pendant, right? That opens up way more stuff for him to do.
The Bent
Bent
Hilt.
hilt.
Oh,
Ooh,
feels like a slap in the
that's
face.
kind of. And now he's like, let's go buy a sword for my man Chrono, because holy heck, doing anything with a wooden sword is the worst thing ever. You would need the pendant to check Moonstone. That's why I hate finding the Moonstone, is because it's like, you need so much other stuff to make that key item check even in logic. You will probably find another go mode before being able to use the Moonstone.
That's right. Because the Moonstone conveniently needs 65,000,000 some years to charge up fully.
Mm-hmm. You literally have to have the pendant and the gate key and the prism shard to turn in the Moonstone.
Oh, and this is a French vanilla Yakra. This is supposed to be Yakra the 13th on Nate's side, but we have his 13 times great ancestor. Batsy bring up a chat. If you're excited to find the Moonstone, the seed has been too long.
Very true.
Okay, Nate is putting up some decent damage numbers here.
Bone's got his prism shard now. And makes his way directly to Xenon Bridge. Well, once you pick up the item, if you don't get out of that, the sequence starts automatically. So he's trapped on Xenon Bridge, more accurately.
No, they're trapped with phone.
True.
You will not have any troubles getting through this. And for those who don't know, you can attack Ozzy twice, and the fight will end. These are 3 fights you have to get through.
Looks like Phone's choosing to conserve his MP because 7 MP ethers are not fun. Saving that mana for the boss fight to put as much damage down before having to ether spam again. There's a hyper ether, but I didn't see how much it was.
Yeah. I know Phone sold one already to pay for Chrono Sword upgrade.
Definitely worth it though. Spending 15 minutes in a boss fight is not going fast as possible.
Definitely not. But Nate is having his own struggle getting through Yakra here. So another thing I should talk about boss rando is that the bosses take on the HP value of the spot they're in, for the most part. There's a whole spreadsheet that explains it all, but when a boss is here, they get this much. But it breaks down to you're not going to see a 10,000 health Rush Tyranno in the Cathedral. I guess while we wait for these boss fights to finish up, we can talk about some of the go modes here.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, so if Nate finishes, yep, and he's through it, so he's gonna secure his gate key. Already has the Dreamstone, so for the closest go mode for him would be to pick up the Ruby Knife, which would allow for the prehistoric route, where you beat Tyranno Lair, go to Antiquity, get into the Ocean Palace, and beat Lavos that way. If we see a pendant and a clone and the trigger, we could get the future go mode, which unlocks Death's Peak into Black Omen. And that's the Zeal 2 finish. And for the last one, you gonna tell them about the favorite go mode?
It is my favorite go mode, as a matter of fact. When you find the bent hilt and the broken sword, and the character Frog, you can reforge the blade with Melkor, optionally retrieve the character from Frog's Burrow, but you can just go straight to the Magic Cave, watch the most amazing cutscene in this game, and then go through Magus's castle to clear Magus, opening up 12,000 BC, in which you'll continue through Ocean Palace and beat Lavos in Ocean Palace.
The trade-off of having one less key item and just having a key character is that Magus Castle is, by most regards, the slowest go mode, starting from the same point.
But you get a cool boss fight, and Magus is randomized.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about
It's not always Magus.
When you get down there, you're gonna fight. Could be anybody. They'll still have Magus's skill set for the most part, but you get to at least see a different character down there.
Magus's most powerful move, Dark Matter, might be also randomized to the element of that character.
Very fun. Phone is through the bridge fight. It's going to secure their... What was it?
Prism Shard.
Right, okay. He's also going to turn that in.
And Nate goes to unlock magic.
This is a really great play for him. Puts him ahead because Phone is going to be wasting a bunch of tech points until he can do the same. But hopefully he makes the same decision, and we'll be in a better spot than Nate, just for having done Hecarim's Cave and getting all that extra experience, basically.
Yeah, well, Phone can't get there unless he goes to Guardia Basement with this Prism Shard.
Right,
and it looks like that's what he's doing right now. So Phone's going to go find his gate key now. Looks like both of our runners are still on the same route, just one is a few minutes behind the other one.
Yep, and Phone does have the hilt to show for it.
That dip into Hecarim Cave took a little bit longer than Phone wanted, I'm sure.
Most definitely.
Ooh, I didn't realize that there was a gold stud down there.
Oh yeah, there's also an amulet, so
Yeah.
that'll come in handy for any status effect fights. It's basically the equivalent of ribbon, if anyone's familiar from the Final Fantasy games. And when you do the Magus Castle or Gate Key Go mode, you will run into Lavos, who will do an attack called Obstacle, which will roll a random status every run. And if you have no status protect and he does stop, your party is stopped in its tracks without an amulet.
Yeah, having some status resistance is a pretty crucial part of a Chrono Trigger Seed. As our runners are going through the game, there's a couple things that they're always thinking about. Status effects are one of them. There's a couple fights, depending on which Go mode route you take, that you have to have a good AoE screen clear for, non-elemental preferred. If you're doing Ocean Palace, there's a 6 Scouter fight, 2 of each element, that can definitely wreck you if you go in unprepared.
Yeah, without a non-elemental screen clear, you will be wasting a lot of time taking the scouts out one or two at a time. That's because they respond differently to different elements, that you can't just blast them with flare and move on. And you also can't
And now
use a
Nate,
spell like Dark Matter, correct?
that is correct, because Dark Matter is a shadow magic, and they will all just counterattack. Take no damage and counterattack. So now Nate is going into Hecarim Cave, but he picked up that sword from Melkor before coming in here, so he'll have a much easier time with this Mother Brain fight, just by nature of having a little bit more levels and a little bit more damage with a good chrono weapon, or a decent chrono weapon.
Definitely will save at least, I want to say, 2 minutes?
I think he'll save 10 minutes, because Phone with it, that was a long fight for Phone.
But Phone did not wipe to that fight, correct?
He did not. No, he didn't. He did succeed, which is good. It was just so slow.
Yeah.
But for some of our newer runners, you'll be able to see the difference in time, like how one piece of gear or a couple levels makes a pretty significant difference in how quickly you can do fights.
Just like we'll see on Phone's side as he takes out Yakra, maybe a little bit faster.
Oh, that's right. He's doing Hecarim because he wants the tech points. He's unlocked magic, so now these tech points are going to learning new techs, which is what Nate's doing. I'm just trying to figure out why he hasn't gone to back into the past 2600, for technically our next piece of progression is probably there. Because Denadoro Mountain might have Robo, which would open Desert, and Reptite Lair might have the pendant.
You mean Dactyl Nest, not Denadoro?
Yep, you're right. I said Denadoro, but I meant Dactyl.
There we go. Yeah, in 65 million BC, there's a free character waiting if you can climb the mountain.
Very true. He does not know what Hecarim's reward is. So, the alternate route is, depending on where that other sword piece is, once you get both sword pieces, we already know Frog is in the burrow. So you get both sword pieces, you have the character, and you've got Go mode. So technically, both of our runners after this Hecarim check will be one key item away from Go mode. Oh, I saw an Ice 2 and a Flame Toss. Man, I need people to start screenshotting when they look at their tech lists.
It's so fast though, who is that quick to actually pull up a screenshot?
I don't know. Somebody go clip that and look at the VOD. Delta Force was just learned? Okay, so we've got Ice 2. So Chrono's got Lightning 2 somewhere.
This is a pretty powerhouse team then. I wouldn't put it past
So Cyclone looks like Lightning
Phone
2.
to keep, or Nate to keep that, I guess.
As Chrono's third. Denadoro could use a flock of dactyls to spruce up the place. That would be pretty awesome. Are those in the same map location? I don't remember if they are.
Well, the continents drift over time and change. That's why the years are never quite. The laymasses don't line up perfectly.
Life 2 and Flare, thank you. Very true. And also, like, most of the continents were destroyed in 12,000 BC, so everything had to be sort of recreated again
Whoa,
after,
spoilers. Just kidding.
Oh, my bad. This game's only 25 years old?
Yeah. And we are racing to the end.
Yeah. This game is older than some people in our audience.
I was too young to play this game when it came out, but I was technically alive.
Oh, it's 30 years old. Thanks, Acid Crab. I was alive. The game's not older than me. Which is me just dating myself. You're welcome.
Yeah. I did not play this game until it got re-released on the PS1 and then had the anime cutscenes added.
Mian brings up a really good point. 1999 was still in the future when the game came out. So I mean, that is right.
That's wild. But their present day is 1080, so that's kind of like 2999 AD for us. So we still have time to make
True.
Dome Cities.
2999? No. I think it's going to be like 2030 with the way AI is going. We are way too close to a dystopian future.
No, that's 2300 you're thinking of. You're saying we're going to just jump straight over Dome Cities and go right to the Wasteland?
Good point. Maybe. Yeah, we might. And Nate has cleared that Mother Brain fight in a matter of minutes. Maybe 3 or 4 turns that was. And we'll also
So
pick
much
up
faster.
his amazing sword piece. Let's see how excited he is about it. Bone going to unlock magic with his gate key, or at least unlock 2600 BC. You gotta go through the cupboard.
65 million BC.
That's the one. I'm bad with numbers in places today, apparently.
You can just call it Dino Time, so you don't have to worry about remembering the number.
Safe helm.
Yeah, I have seen some people
White
doing
rock.
the hunting ground grind if there's good items available for trade.
We got a white rock at Laruba, and Hunting Ground stream is dead. Thank you, Ceres. I was trying to look at it, but I didn't see very much there. But white rock is our Destiny's Child combo, or our Spice Girls combo. I'm pretty sure Lord Batsy is going to call them Spice Girls from now on instead of Girl Power. Hopefully this sticks.
I hope it does too. I mean, this is the final game, so we have to make a meme somehow.
We got to make a meme somehow. And Nate goes straight into Reptite, looking for... Oh, look at them. See? I told you. Both of them are like doing a mirrored run here. The only difference was the order they went to Hecarim.
Yeah, and Phone... Oh, Phone doesn't have Ayla. That's the other difference, but if he never goes to get her, then they're neck and neck right now.
Yep.
There's no real difference other than party comp possibilities. But with PhilosoRay on the table, maybe we do see some divergence.
That's a hard call. Ayla has the benefit of not needing magic unlock, but they've already both unlocked magic. So I really think it might boil down to, do we get a good Chrono Sword? If we don't get a good Chrono Sword, I could see both runners switching, well, at least Nate switching back to Ayla, because Ayla has more consistent damage without a weapon.
Right, and as she levels up, her fist weapon gets stronger. It'll say fist plus blank.
There's an elixir that Nate found. Phone doing some grinding here. Phone's probably feeling that, does not want to go into another boss feeling underleveled again. Oh, but there's also full tonics from these, which is really nice. Probably better if it was ethers.
Yeah. We have our healing covered, but magic is going to be our bottleneck. The gold stud definitely helps.
For sure.
For those who don't know, gold stud cuts your MP usage by to 1/4 of usual.
75%. Yep, that's right. If people didn't notice, Phone's naming convention looks like it's popular mountains from video games.
Ah, that's what it is. You know what they say, mountains are nice.
This is the life.
If we don't see Denadoro later, people are going to be confused. Although anyone here at this time watching Chrono Trigger probably knows.
I mean, that meme has been recreated in other games already.
Yeah, where have you seen it in other games?
A perfect recreation was actually in Sea of Stars.
The more you know.
Which is another good RPG, by the way.
Is Phone hunting for the secret hole?
Maybe.
Or, sorry, secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, so if you hear that little da-da-da-da-da, that's the weevils digging a hole for you to continue in, and if they go in the right spot, you can go a different path with extra better loot.
Let's really hope this pays off for Phone, because man. Is this, well, this has to be North Cape Magus, I think, right? We don't see Magus Castle Magus outside of its designated location.
I think you're right. And Phone just going anyway.
He's like, wasting too much time. Let's just go.
Yeah, he clawed back all that time by not going back to Cathedral.
Yep.
Despite the Hecarim slow play, and then decided to keep gambling.
And somehow, he's still gonna end up with, oh, there it is. That was a ruby knife.
Is that go mode?
That's a ruby knife in the back of Reptite Lair, and that is go mode, ladies and gentlemen.
Go mode before 45 minutes. You love to see it. So Phone will be playing from behind here.
And now just think, Phone is just slower to a go mode because he tried to find an alternate path.
It isn't that big of a difference. It can definitely be made up. But yeah, the race is in Nate's favor now.
We'll see some Tyranno Lair. We'll see some Ocean Palace. We won't see any more character checks. We won't see anything of the future.
Because the future will require getting the pendant from somewhere and doing the prison break.
Absolutely. Yes, this is a very early go mode for both runners, even by the time Phone gets it. And I'm sure both of them will go, okay, I might need more items before before getting there. Levels are probably also a little bit low. There's a really good grind spot in Ocean Palace that I'm sure both of our runners will hit, but you're still going to be able to survive Tyranno and then get there. And items are probably going to be where it's at, because ethers at 7 are not good enough.
Yeah, it's
Nate
bad.
is coming back in here for more grinding.
This is the other premier grind spot before you get to Ocean Palace. These
Yep.
Evil Weevils will just keep respawning every time you enter and exit.
And if you can kill them in one turn, like Nate just did, that's you want speed more than XP a little bit, or find the right balance, right?
That's right. And
Now
they're
Phone is
dropping
doing his
full
Magus fight.
comics.
We did not loot desert. There's
I
been
wonder
no desert looting.
if we stop there for a couple chests.
Honestly, I could see somebody going into desert. Marl has ice too. You've got items there. You've got pretty good XP there. Marl can clear it. So I could see people popping into desert just to see what some of the items are.
Yeah, definitely after Tyranno for Nate, because he's committed to this evil Weevil grind. We'll probably go clear that, open up Antiquity 12,000 BC, and then do some shopping and or last minute chests.
Where's the last shop? Once you go into Ocean Palace... No, there's 2 shops as you're climbing 12,000 up on the upper side of Zeal.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Isn't
anyone
it
will
the
go to
one
the
new from
Enhasta
both
shop.
sides?
What's that?
It's like the one new who can talk to you from either side of the counter to get different shops.
Yes, that is correct. In Kahar, you can talk to him from the right side, and you can talk to him from the north. Enhasta gets you the speed tab, that is true. And there is another shop at Earthbounds as well, so we might see our runners try to just poke the shops just to see what's there. Probably looking for a weapon, but honestly, I think if you're going to get a chrono weapon, it might just be in Ocean Palace.
Phone beat his Magus and got out of there, it looks like.
Yep. So this might be, as Ceres puts in chat, Ayla Supremacy. If we have a difference in runners here, and one switches to Ayla instead of Chrono, that might make the difference. Given this team comp as well, Ayla also can learn Dino Tail, which is a non-elemental AoE damage move for that 6 Scouter fight on the Ocean Palace elevator.
Yeah, I feel like if Nate was gonna switch Ayla in though, he would have done it for
He would have
before
done
the
it already.
grind. So this might be
Absolutely.
same party.
I wonder what he's going to do about that Scouter fight. I wonder if he's thinking that far ahead yet. You know, he could just use this team to clear Tyranno and then switch to Ayla for Ocean Palace. Because the grind spot there is well before the Scouter fight, and that's the best grind spot in the game. Oh, Nate already has Dino Tail. Never mind. He's probably already prepped and thought about it. Thank you, Crab. And there goes... Oh, Phone did make it into Tyranno a few seconds before Nate. So
Yep.
now it's just execution.
Nate's gonna have a little bit of a level advantage because Phone did rush in here. And Phone was not grinding those evil weevils when he was waiting for the secret tunnel.
True.
I did not
So
see his levels,
this is just
but
execution.
yeah.
I don't know what levels people are at, but man, this time check is... So let's see. We're gonna try and do some time checks here. Let's do Tyranno start. We'll do an Ocean Palace start. Or Ocean Palace entered. I don't know if we'll get in a third time check here. We do have Ice 2 already. I know, I've seen it on Nate's side at least.
Yep, and since both runners have magic unlocked, not too worried about their tech availability. They will get the bulk of them, unless one is way at the bottom that they need.
What would be the tech that they would want that's way at the bottom?
Have we seen Flare yet?
We have not, but Flare's only Antipode 3 with this team comp.
True.
And if you've got Fire Sword 2... Oh, Nate's got Flare. Never mind.
Speak of the devil.
Okay, I do like this play from Phone. Hitting the intentional triggers to get some of these extra items to see what they are. Wasn't anything super useful, but it was very quick and efficient to get through there.
Yeah, and whatever wasn't useful is shop fodder.
Yes, very true. It's also shop fodder. So that last shop in Kahar, having that little bit of extra money might make a difference, especially
Yep.
for the consumables.
Mm-hmm. And that shop's also guaranteed to sell you an amulet. I know we have one, but we might want a second to protect at least 2 players from obstacle.
Yep. And like Ceres said, there was an R6 fight there, which left the screen as quickly as it entered the screen, dead before commentary. There was an amulet pickup in the basement of Guardia Castle, so both of our runners have at least one amulet. We really ought to at least double that HP.
Yeah, this would be tough with that much HP.
Nate showing off the beautiful skips in Tyranno Lair. Some of the harder skips to execute in this game, just making it look so easy. Oh yeah, Phone's using Antipode 3 right now. So, they both have flair.
Yep, made short work of that R-Series fight. I mean, what R-Series fight?
Right? Tyranno start at 51. 5104. Incoming Rainbow 3 Plus at Kahar. Don't even. That would be oof. Bone also showing off the skips.
Beautiful execution. Both runners are top of their game. That's why they're here at the finals.
Absolutely.
Okay, did you mark the time of Tyranno fight?
I did. I'm using the combat window open. 51:56. So, only 52 seconds behind, within a minute, like I said.
It really is down to execution. Anything could happen.
Yep. One bad fight, one unfortunate boss instance. Like this is a race. This is the kind of race we want. I'm sure all of our audience, especially a lot of our popular runners in our community, are like, this could go either way, and this is fantastic to watch.
This is what we were hoping for.
I mean, I was hoping it was a bit longer, but you know, I'm still okay with this.
You know, when it starts at 12, midnight, I don't hate that it's gonna wrap up sooner.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I keep forgetting that I'm in the sunny part of the world and everybody else is not. So yeah, we can let our people get some sleep.
Yep.
So we're throwing Delta Force on the left.
Ooh, okay.
Now I'm just trying to compare some damage numbers here. 1735. Let's see what Antipode 3 is doing for phone. 19. So there's a little bit more damage out of Antipode 3. I don't remember if anybody moved the gold stud to Luca for flare. That might have been the case.
Definitely would help in this fight.
I think it's still on Chrono, because he still has the most MP and he's been doing Confuse. Yeah, his Confuse is still a 4, so he's still got that. It could be that the Delta Force was for style. Both of these runners do love showing off a little bit.
Yep,
and Nate's made it through the fight.
Yep, at 5 seconds past 54 minutes. We'll see if phone picks up any time here versus entering. looks like 28. So that's 23. He halved the amount of time he was behind. Actually, more than halved.
Yep. So now this is 20 seconds. Jeez. Items execution levels. Because the thing that's going to slow either runner down now is not being strong enough to one-shot a boss, or let's get out of a fight as quickly as possible. There's a lot of fights that our runners have to go through, and the quicker they can get in and out of them, the better. So any fight that takes longer than 1 or 2 turns is going to be an indicator for either side. So Nate picking up his shelters and revives from Melkor because they're guaranteed there. Phone already in 12,000, going straight up. Yeah, for sure. The time at the grind spot will definitely be an indicator. So if one of you guys, if our audience would love to help try to keep track of the levels of our runners, that's going to be a pretty good indicator. Did Nate pet the cat? Did either runner pet the cat?
I don't think so. Unless, did Nate just do it?
I think Nate just did it.
Astrocrab is saying cat pet. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yep, Nate just did. So Nate's the only one who's technically allowed to win because he pet the cat. Unless I missed it from phone. And I might have missed it because these guys are going fast.
Chat, did phone pet the cat?
Where was the gold rock? Oh, Kahar.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
I was like, because they didn't go anywhere else. But that was a gold rock plus, so it might be Wonder Shot and a time hat.
I don't think we're gonna be able to afford that wonder shot at 252,000 gil.
I don't know if it's even necessary, right? Because Luca's throwing flares. Why would she ever want to auto attack? But buying the amulets is worth it, and a time hat ain't that bad either.
Yep, a time hat can block stop. So you have an amulet for the other two, and a time hat for whoever is not wearing an amulet. Although it looks like the amulet was on the person with time hat.
Well, there's mid-ethers. God, the mid-ethers are 21. Those are not even that good either. Oof, that's rough.
It's better than nothing. And Phone is going
It is better
try
than
to
nothing.
Sell everything he can. Anything not bolted down to get a few more.
Hopefully, our runners can find mid-ethers or full ethers somewhere as they're going through Ocean Palace. I don't think we've seen runners use speed tabs yet.
No, and I'd be curious to see who they dump them on.
Whoever doesn't have the haste helm, most likely.
Yeah. And then magic tabs go to Luca, power tabs go to Chrono, most likely.
Yep, most likely. Ceres is asking will we have a full loot ocean. You know, that may not be a bad idea. I guess it kind of depends. If you happen to find the Chrono Sword you're looking for in your normal route, you wouldn't go to the left side. I usually run the right side because it's might be quicker. But I don't know if we'll see a full ocean.
I think they definitely will grab any chest that they can reasonably get to. And you
Nate
gotta
might have
think
put his speed on Marl.
the runners don't
You'd
know
find
where
it
the
with
other
Charm.
one's at.
Who would? Hey,
And
and
they
there's
both
Hecarim.
know it was easy to get to here. So they gotta be sweating a little bit.
Hecarim decided that there wasn't enough magic in 1000 AD, so he went back in time to the Kingdom of Magic where he belongs, and will probably shortly be made a fool of because he is not anticipating an Antipode 3.
Yep, crazy damage numbers. This should be short work for Phone, and then shortly Nate behind him.
Okay, 300 max HP is not the greatest. The highest we see is 373. That is very low.
I'm thinking we see a really long grind.
Oh, I'm sure that both runners will grind there. Maybe not for full tech list, but definitely for at least level 27? I'm not even sure what level they are now, but just those HP numbers, especially if they don't have good armor, like this could be one bad turn from Lavos and you're done, just by not having enough max HP. So, hey, Hyper Ether, there's one. We don't know how much it
Definitely
heals
help.
for, but that's still not bad. Falcon Hit would also help, but I think if you throw in Ayla for Falcon Hit, then you just use Ayla and Dino Tail. I prefer Falcon Hit though, because it's a full screen. Well, it's easier and quicker, I think. So Ocean Palace entered at 1 hour exactly on phone side.
Nice, and Nate will be joining right after his Hecarim fight.
I thought it was full ethers that were always max. Nope, you're right, you're right. I've got a list right here, it's in front of me. Full ethers are less than max, hyper ethers are always max.
Okay, so they do have at least one full, or not full, one full ether refresh that we know of.
Yep. And Nate entering Ocean Palace about a minute behind phone. Maybe a minute and 7 seconds. As both runners are showing off the clean execution of this right side route, skipping everything. Phone first to the grind spot. Okay, so we're going to do grind spot leave time.
Okay. That's a good idea, because then we'll get to see, really calculate it.
Yep. Let's say, God, have either of these runners hit a save point at all? Dude, I don't even know. But to be sure that grind spot leave time is accurate, we're probably gonna do the save point at the very bottom, or like when they hit that last screen, where that save point is.
I like the save point because they both have to save there. It's foolish not to.
So let's do grind spot save point. Let's see, what are we getting from here? Power, oh man, free power tabs off this grind spot too?
Chrono's Confused is gonna be crazy. Or maybe we Fire Sword 2 and have
like,
Marl be Alchemist.
Yeah. I mean, if I know that I've got power tab +3s in my grind spot, I'm already planning my endgame strat being I'm going to throw Fire Sword 2, and I've got haste on Marl, I've got cures on Marl, and she's going to be my alchemist and my support. Like, I've already got my strategy planned out.
Riveting gameplay
25,
here.
26 levels for phone. So, like, this seems like it might be the boring part of the game, but you have to remember that these runners are so skilled that even some of the smallest decisions they've made are making a difference. Who is wearing the gold stud? Who is the fastest member in the party? Because right now, while you're grinding, what you want is you want the smallest number of button presses to get off your AoE screen clear to clear the board. So, Phone having to wait an extra half second and then switch to another character to trigger the ability Flare is actually costing a little bit of time. I don't know if Nate's setup is better than that, but like, those are those minor advantages and those minor tweaks that really make a difference. I think armor is abysmal, but I don't know. I know I've seen like a white male.
It's very patchwork. I'll tell you that. So we have a
Yes.
couple good pieces, but we don't have enough for a full party that I'd be comfortable with.
Yeah, I think we have helms on everybody, but I don't think we have armor for everybody.
Yeah, the helms are top tier. Haste or time hat. Okay, Mian telling us 27, 28, 29 on Nate's side. Probably gonna do a few more. Especially cooking up these power tabs, you definitely want to make sure you can survive the rest of the way, because you know you can beat Lavos. Once you know you can
with
survive
enough
Lavos.
power tabs.
Maybe the real power tabs are the friends you made along the way.
For sure. So, like, when we get to the commentary, it might be a short commentary after the race, but I definitely need to ask Nate why he didn't switch back to Ayla. Especially if you've got power tabs +3 here. Like, Ayla's triple kick alone with power tabs can do as much damage as the Antipode 2 you'd probably be rocking with Luca and Marl.
So what would your ideal party be then?
If I've got Flare, honestly, I'd probably switch out Chrono for Ayla, and my strategy would be Blaze kicking for boss fights. Chrono is safer for sure, but if I have Haste and Re-Raise, I'm just going to go Marl is re-raising my 2 damage dealers, and my goal is to output as much damage as possible with Ayla and Luca, and Blaze Kick can pull it off. Especially because I got power tabs. Magic tabs on Luca, power tabs on Ayla, no reason not to. Chrono Sword, I think, is still the one they both bought from Melkor. They don't have a good Chrono Sword. Which is like Aeon Blade +2, maybe. It's not good.
Well, it's good enough for these runners.
It'll do. That's that's a Babe reference. It'll do, pig. It'll do. I mean, in the movie it was that'll do, pig, but you know.
That'll do, donkey.
Put a 1 in chat if you've seen the movie Babe and if you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I saw it a long time ago.
Okay, well, I'll put my 1 in chat, so at least there's one of me.
Does that make you feel
And everyone's
better?
like, yeah, I mean, a little bit. Nate is going down. Sometimes I have made the mistake of doing some of these other floors as a grind fight, especially because, so the XP is worse, but the items are different because the mobs are different. So you might actually get a different item drop here. Well, I mean, you will get a different item drop, and if that's worth grinding for, we might see them do 1 or 2. Nope, there's nothing on that floor. Thank you, Mian. I'm using the save spot as the time check for both runners, though.
Yeah, especially with Nate taking the optional fights along the way, it makes sense.
Right. So like, right before they enter that elevator, they're probably both gonna save. Oh, we have a green dream too. That's really good. So amulets, green dreams. Yep. Yeah. So he switches to Ayla because he's gonna do. You know what? That might make the difference here. So phone hits the save point at 108.54.
Yes.
And Nate is setting up his Ayla for the that last fight on the elevator. Can Nate make up this time by using Ayla in this elevator fight? We'll see. Man, this is the race, ladies and gentlemen. This is a race.
So excited. I haven't seen a race this close in a while.
He skips the save. 109.46.
That's bold.
He knows he can clear it.
Is there one right after?
And he's got Blaze Kick. Ayla just learned triple kick, so he's got Blaze Kick now. He might stay with Ayla for this run. So let's see. There's less than a minute difference between both of them leaving that screen. We know Nate's got the Dino Tail. Nate also has Green Dream prepped, so even if Ayla dies, her 1 HP will Dino Tail and still clear it. Oh man, this is exciting! I'm glad I was able to commentate for this race. Thank you guys.
Yeah, shout out to the.
Let's get some cheers for our runners in chat, y'all. Okay, so Phone is starting the infamous fight. 6 scouters, 2 of each color. They are immune to damage that is not their element. So if it's yellow, you have to hit it with lightning. If it's blue, you have to hit it with water. If it's red, you have to hit it with fire. And they will counterattack if you hit them with anything that they are not weak to. So Phone will have to single target each one of these, and Nate will have the luxury of 1 move and killing them all.
They're gonna be
Phone's
trading the
got
lead
2
back
down.
and forth here. It seems like.
Yep,
As we approach
maybe.
the finals, the final run here.
Can Phone get out of this fight before Nate starts it? It's an Ice 2, yep. Phone's gonna Ice 2 this. Let's see, we'll time hack this one too. Weapons away at 111.50. 50 something. What was that, 57 maybe? Oh, it didn't kill. That's bad. That's bad for Nate.
It's gonna hurt.
So Dino Tail does a percentage of damage, which is calculated between current HP and max HP for the character. So I think it's just because Ayla's levels were low, he did not have the range to trigger the damage. And then the Green Dream went off on Ayla, and then she got hit again. So now she's down, and Nate's got to recover. Oh no! Oh no!
It was a nice idea.
With some auto attacks, we'll do it. 113.07. Oh no! Oh no!
This is bad for both runners. The double Dalton plus.
Dalton plus? Ugh.
Who rolled this seed?
Nate staying with Ayla. And Batsy's happy, right? Finally, we got a real boss fight in this spot. I know.
It is very fitting for the final match.
I do agree. Yes, 100%. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's not over, though. Like, even though Nate had that little bit of a setback, he's still in it. He's still in it. He's got a Blaze Kick. He hasn't dropped his power tabs yet. So, like, this can go either way. Man, you better save. Oh, nope, he switches Ayla out. Ayla comes out. Chrono goes back in. And we never found a better Chrono weapon, by the way. So he's still rocking this Aeon Blade, which is so bad. A Tabin Vest, a White Vest.
White mail.
Bandana? Wonder why he put on bandana instead of speed tab. Because he had a speed belt there, which would have been +2.
Maybe didn't see it in time. Didn't process.
Maybe.
He saw speed and was like, okay.
Who knows? He's got re-raise. He's got life. Like, I mean, yeah, I can see keeping the starting team here. Max HP is over 500 now, so that's good. But man, these hits though. Taking 300 on a hit from Dalton is painful. He has the speed belt on Chrono, so he probably moved his gold stud to Luca.
That makes a lot
for
of sense.
maximizing that flare or that fire 2. Yeah, he's got it on. He's got it on Luca for Fire Sword 2s. Because he'll probably do Fire Sword 2s and Antipodes, which means you want to be able to keep Luca just operating, and the other two can switch between whether they're dealing damage or supporting as needed. Phone makes it out of the fight with 1 dead, but MP values are good, which means he didn't spend more than he needed. That's really good. Yeah, that's a good strat there. Keeping Chrono with the extra speed allows him to be able to use both of his party members, his love interest and his best friend, to optimize that damage output. Phone's like, nope, we're going back and healing after that one. We're gonna heal, we're gonna save.
Better safe than sorry.
Speed belt. Oh, he may not gold stud. Moving some items around. Yep. Phone says, I'm done with the gold stud. We're going speed because we've just got bosses.
Does he have enough ethers to do that?
He might. But
might also
I think
kill them
for
fast
this
enough for that
fight,
to matter.
yeah, for this fight it doesn't matter. He's got another shelter and there's a save spot in the Lavos core. So we know that Phone will make it there at least. It's just he's gotta be able to get through the 2 phases of Lavos inside the core. Man, this execution is wild. They're both like running on minimum required here, which is fantastic to see.
We're for an exciting finish.
I'm gonna be so upset if they finish a minute apart from each other. Nate's in a rough spot.
Dalton Plus is no joke.
But that haste is showing off its work. Hasted Marl throwing out life 2s. Man. Just imagine like 1 more level on Nate's side for that Ayla.
Would have made all the difference.
And Nate, I think that's the last Dalton. Nate looks like he's out of the fight now.
Yeah, one of the glitches with this boss, double boss fight is sometimes the sprite. Oh no, it isn't done. Sometimes the sprite of the secondary boss can get stuck on screen and not actually be alive, but he's still in this fight.
Phone is done with Lavos 1. Moving inside. Slowly inching away. Final save.
Phone is rocking just 3 characters for this. Never got anyone else. Doesn't need anyone else. Picked up a nice
I
slasher +2. That's an upgrade for
I
Chrono.
have, yeah, I have seen Phone do some ridiculous things in this game. He's really good. He knows the limits of the characters. He knows the limits of gear and items and levels. Like, he pushes it to the exact limit and still somehow makes it out. It's impressive to watch.
I mean, that's why they made it to the finals.
Oh yeah, for 100% sure. Both of these runners absolutely deserve to be here. They put in a lot of time and effort, and they know this game so well.
Chat saying, watch out for bananas here.
Wow.
That's
Phone gets off the Aura Whirl before the bananas hit.
Ooh,
So his
was
party's
clutch.
topped off.
And needed every ounce of that. Chrono's still gonna go down.
Yep. That's okay. He's got a Marl with life, so he'll throw the flare for more damage, and his Marl will pull up a life too. While Nate is about to finish off this second Dalton.
And it's Dalton being a real pain. Knocking Chrono out on Nate's side. Now, Marl does have re-raise. I wonder if anyone's going to bother using that for any of these remaining fights.
I hope so. Re-raise is great, especially if you know that you're not going to survive the hit. Dude, just throw the Ice Sword 2. Just throw the Ice Sword 2 and finish the Dalton.
You can't be worried about tech points at this point.
Oh, he's out of tech points. He doesn't have any. Nate, don't die. No!
Are we going to see Confuse?
He's got to. Oh, he's throwing the life. Man, Dalton's so fast. Does anybody in chat know if Nate used his tabs yet?
Phone is through Lavos too. Got an elixir for his troubles.
I don't think anybody's got a Mega Elixir either. But he'll probably hit the menu glitch.
Yep. For those who don't know, there is a small window here where you can get the menu before the fight for Lavos restarts. It's when the screen goes black for the second time.
Yep. Props to Nate. He made it out of that double Dalton fight. Little worse for wear. Probably unhappy with the amount of resources he had to use item-wise. But he's got a chance to heal. Picks up another speed tab. And now can make his way into Lavos. His phone gets the menu glitch. Has the ability to top off his party.
And looking at
4
Chrono's...
Hyper Ethers.
Chrono has double star power, so he definitely used his tabs.
Yep.
It's so rare to see that in Jets. And even casually, it's hard to get that level.
Phone put the gold stud back on his Chrono, so we're gonna see a bunch of sword techs here.
See this
Where
damage
did
number?
Phone get a slasher 2? I don't know. Is it a slasher 2 or an Aeon Blade 2?
No, it's a slasher +2.
I wonder if it came from a boss fight somewhere.
Pretty sure it was after the elevator. Or at least that's when I saw him put it on for the first time.
I don't know. They're moving so fast. It's so hard to keep track of anything. But he's got his center down, and he's got good MP. He might be able to take out this core in one cycle. Defense is down. Here comes the damage.
See here.
The end of the game is fast approaching, ladies and gentlemen.
3.6k for Ice Sword 2. And Fire Sword 2 dealing basically the same.
Yep. I'm going to remind my fellow commentator to keep an eye on the race room for the times.
Yep, I got that unlocked, don't worry. So it was 3... We're over 10k. $13.6k, yeah, thereabouts on phone side.
Even though the center bit is revived, the defense does not go up until you see it go up. He's going to keep putting out damage. Because I would do the same thing. Drop the defense once, dump everything you have into dropping that core. He's got the speed.
This might be it. It's gonna be close. The numbers are...
It's either this one or one more.
That's it. Oh my god.
There it is.
One cycle. That's a finish if I ever saw it.
GG's to phone plays.
With an official race time of 1:25.46.
It looks like Nate had to reset. He might have died to that Lavos phase 1.
That's rough. Ooh. Phone's got a feeling pretty good about that.
Let's cheer on Nate as he finishes this run out. Let's see if we can get Phone in here for an interview.
A phone interview, that's right. Can we switch the music over?
We may not have Phone for an interview, but he's in the stream chat. Give him your GGs.
GG's Phone. Congrats on winning Jurassic Rhythm Cup. Such an exciting finish. You know, it's Phone's trademark phrase is "my tummy hurts." Phone asking if
yeah, that Mother Brain play, that early Mother Brain, you were in there for quite some time.
Yeah, did you actually see how long it took him on that? Like 10 minutes?
I wasn't tracking it, but it was over 7 for sure. It felt like it was 10 or 12.
On a race environment, any boss fight over 5 minutes starts to feel like forever.
Sure it does.
And Phone, you left one extra screen alive for the longest time. Care to explain?
Oh. Okay, so the Slasher 2 came off of the Lavos 1 kill. I just saw it on Nate's screen.
Oh,
So
that makes sense.
that's where they get the extra damage boost. Yeah, the two of you were pretty much mirrored screen the entire time. There was only a couple differences this run. Nate did do the back of Cathedral while you were fighting Mother Brain and Hecarim, so that was almost effectively no time lost on Nate's side. But you guys went into Tyranno a minute apart, went into Ocean Palace a minute apart, left the grind spot a minute apart. Like, y'all were pretty much neck and neck the whole way.
Yeah, and each of those times it was a different one of you that was ahead for the most part. Literally just trading the lead back
Watching
and
this
forth.
race back will be like, it's almost looking at the exact same runner doing the exact same routing. It was really cool. Really cool to watch.
I have never seen Nate and Phone in the same room together.
Ooh, good point. I've never heard them in the same Discord call together. So, I mean, who knows?
Who's to say Nate isn't just Phone playing with his feet?
It could be. It could be. But yeah, there's an early go mode. Yeah, once the power stab started dropping on that grind spot, no less, right? You were gonna grind there anyways, but now it's like, oh, now I get free power for Chrono while I'm grinding? Why not?
Yeah, when's the last time you saw double star power on anyone's stats in this game?
In a race setting with item rando on, no less. And then getting the Slasher 2 just made it even... Yeah, that was a very nice final item to get from that Lavos 1 fight.
Yeah, I still can't believe he got Lavos 3 down in one cycle.
If you got the damage right, you can plan for it. Usually if I'm doing a run, I try to plan for a single cycle Lavos 3. But it was still very impressive to see, especially with the items you had. Because you didn't have good ethers the whole run. Yeah, would have had slightly more difficulty with the Aeon Blade for sure. Even losing a couple hundred damage per tech would be enough to not get that kill.
Yeah, because I was tracking it, it was, I think 17.9 before that final got pushed over. So, and there was, what, 6 total?
6 or 7? I don't remember the numbers.
6, 7.
Kind of get a feel for it after a while. Oh no, I did that. I did do that. That's my fault.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nate's fighting Lavos 2.
Yeah, here's our Cell knockoff boss. I guess the precursor to Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
I think, Phone, my only disappointment in this run was that I called it very early on that both you and Nate would finish within 1 minute of each other. And for most of the checkpoints we did for time, you guys were within 1 minute until it got down to Lavos. And then the split happened. So that's the only thing I'm sad about.
No, it was the elevator with Nate failing the Dino Tail.
True, that's right. That's right. So Nate picked up Ayla from the back of Cathedral and had Dino Tail for that elevator fight. And then didn't have the HP low enough to get the kill on the 6 scouters. So he took some counterattacks and Ayla dropped. And then the double Dalton fight gave him a little bit more trouble than you. Mr. Zozo.
Was it
I'm looking
Mr.
at phone
or
screen now.
Mount?
So, well, it was Zozo.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think that's another mountain. I just missed some of the other character names.
Ebot? Ebot? For Robo?
Ebbet?
EBOTT?
Alright, phone, what mountain is that? I know you're doing a mountain naming convention over there. You gotta explain this now.
Undertale.
Oh,
okay.
Undertale. There we go. So where is Zozo from then?
Is that Led Zeppelin?
No, I think that'll be video games. FF6?
Okay, yeah,
Yep,
that
that
makes
sounds
sense.
right. It's been a while since I played it. So then, did you actually have someone named Denadoro? Or no?
What would be Denod?
Maybe?
Didoro?
No? Okay. So
What
then
was
who are
Magus's
your
name?
other two names? Inquiring minds gotta know.
As Nate is putting up
So it
good
looks like we
damage
saw
numbers.
Robo and Frog. Magus was Doom, and then your Ayla would have been... Ah, okay.
Kaozu? Mount Doom from the hit comic Doctor Doom, of course. No. This is why I don't listen to Acid Crab.
Nate is in his Lavos 3 fight. Chrono getting beat up a little bit.
This is why we have life
Sad,
steal.
unfortunate. His Marl's out of mana, though.
Ooh, that is rough. That's Centerbit giving him a lot of trouble.
Centerbit's just beating up Chrono left and right. This is where this low armor and a little bit low HP can really start to wreck. Because if you get one character that just gets beat up like this, it's really hard to do anything.
It's quite unfortunate.
Come on, Nate.
Oh!
He's got the bit down. And now
Use
his Luca
life too,
dies to a
Carl.
counterattack. Usually max HP 500 is like minimum required to even have a chance at surviving, because some of Lavos' attacks will do at least that much. Yeah. Definitely props to Nate for this.
Yeah,
This is
especially
still a
for the
really
finals, you
good
gotta
time
stick it
for this
out.
run.
I'm still hoping for an under 2 hour for Nate here, which is doable.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely get under 2 hours. It's a bit annoying having your rhythm thrown off, but once you can get it back, I'm really hoping he can get a little bit of damage out before he revives.
Yeah, is this his first cycle with the center bit down?
I'm not sure. Too busy watching phone plays in chat.
Yeah, phone, Nate brought Ayla in just for the elevator, but did not commit to keeping her in after she failed her Dino Tail. Which, I'd like to ask Nate if he kept Ayla out after the elevator because of the Dino Tail flub.
I'm not sure. I think he might have decided early on to not use Ayla because he didn't do much with her and he didn't grind with her. And that would have been really the spot to pull her in to let her get some levels, is in the grind spot. Oh, I'm sure he didn't want that confused to go center bit. Did he? Did the defense come back up?
I think it did.
Nope. Still got that kill. His Luca will die again. But that's a life 2 away. Broken fuse on the right side.
He's
What are we
using
doing?
Chrono Life for that.
Single life? Oh, he wants
So-
the haste ready.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the haste. So what are we looking at? Maybe another ether and more Antipode 3? Definitely needs the ether now. Oh, he'll fire sword 2. She'll hyper ether herself.
Nate is putting up similar, maybe even a little bit higher damage numbers. It's just getting bullied real bad by these bosses.
Yep. So the defense power will come back, but then it will shut it off again because it sees that one of the other pieces is down. So 37. Going for the auto attacks. Just to get some chip damage in.
Might be the sign of
He
frustration
threw an
there.
ether. Maybe he didn't.
Was he out of the? Oh,
There
we
it
go.
is. He got it.
GG's.
GG's to Nate. Get your GG's in chat for Nate.
See, the official time for Nate is 1:39:58.
139.58. Still sub 140. Congrats to both of our runners.
It was a heck of a race, a great finish to a lovely cup. You
Finishing
love
out
to
this
see it.
tournament with style, with amazing performance.
Very impressive
Let's
work
see
by
if
these runners these last all 3 races. If you haven't seen them, please go check the VODs on YouTube or on Twitch here. Maybe Nate's more talkative. Hopefully we'll get him in here.
Yeah, let's see if we can ping him.
See if this works too. The bot's down. While I wait for Nate to join, if you like the game and all that stuff, please join our Discord. It's a great time in here. Anyone's welcome to, learn the game. We might have another Gato Cup in the near future where you can get good training on running it yourself. And let's be
Our
honest,
community is very friendly. We have a lot of tools and resources to help out. We've even been on speed gaming.
That's right. I think it might have been the previous tournament, but yeah, we were featured a few times over there.
I think next up, I think I saw something in our Discord about the Final Fantasy I randomizer that usually has us come in and do some showcases for their summer marathon.
Ooh, that'll be fun. And I know one of our community did audition for GDQ, so hopefully
We did have one of those. Yep.
hopefully they get chosen to be seen at AGDQ, the summer one. Fingers crossed. Oh,
Hey, we
is
did
that
get an 8.
Hey,
Welcome, Nate.
how's it going?
GG's?
GG's, my friend. Congratulations on your run and your finish.
Yo, thank you so much. GG's the phone too.
Yeah,
That
he's been in the stream chat. Couldn't come in for an interview, but he's been in stream chat like he usually lurks.
oh yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that was something at the end there, I'm not gonna lie. But
Mm-hmm.
with lots of reviving, made it through. Um, I'm kind of upset I forgot my power tabs until the end there. But I mean, other than that, I thought that was pretty solid to be honest with you.
So I'll say that the two of you were pretty much mirroring each other's movements for most of this run. Where do you think
Oh
that
boy.
your time difference stopped being about a minute apart?
Stopped being a minute apart.
Yep. You
Hmm.
guys were within 1 minute of each other for a large majority of this run.
Well, I'm just gonna have to guess the grind spot if I had to, but I'm not certain.
Scouter fight on the elevator.
Go figure. Yeah, yeah, that was nasty. I thought I'd be able to make it through with Ayla, at 100 hit points around that ballpark, but that wasn't enough. Um, but
Speaking of Ayla,
yeah,
what led to your decision to use Chrono instead of Ayla?
Honestly, I just wanted to change it up a little bit. That's my main schmeal. Um, he had confused pretty early on also, and I I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of getting tired of using Blaze Kick all the time, so I just wanted to change it up a little bit to have more fun.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you're that's good. It's good to see. But yeah, you guys were pretty much neck and neck the whole race. There was a couple trades of who was in the lead and who was not. You found go mode first. Uh, he caught up a lot of time between a couple other things and just like routing and final stores and stuff like that. But you guys were pretty much, it was kind of watching the same seed. Both of you guys running the same routes, going the exact same way. A lot of the seed. It was pretty cool.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Phone and I, we just have minds that think alike, I guess, because I think that happened last seed too. I don't even. I feel like it happened with me and him before. But hey, I'm glad that it sounded pretty close there. And then the shenanigans at the elevator on, that's a different story. But
Yeah,
hoping everyone had fun with that at least.
it was very exciting to watch for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. It
Yeah,
was a really fun time.
I was on the edge of my seat.
Cool. Yeah, this was a cool tournament, and just kind of just my last words, I guess, for this whole thing. Um, I'm just thankful for everybody that was involved with this when it comes to the restreaming people like you, Phyrexia, and Fritz having to deal with our shenanigans, just with scheduling all this, and then just everybody that was involved, like all 16 of us, the restreaming crew, just everyone. That was a really fun tournament going on.
Speaking of Fritz, no one should tell him that he was not saved at all this seed.
And I'll keep it our secret until he sees this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no one found the pendant. How are we supposed to free him?
Yeah, well,
Hey, you're not lying there. You're not.
I wish I had the spoiler log so we could kind of war game out what the other paths were here, but yeah, that was such a fast seed.
Yeah. I'd have a feeling that pendant was it had to have been either Mount Woe. I didn't check Denadoro or Dactyl Nest, so I don't know if Robo was up there or not for maybe some desert possibilities going on there. I was
yeah,
tempted.
you saw Frog and Burrow. Nobody checked Dactyl Nest. So it either had to be Denadoro Mountain or Mount Woe for the pendant.
Yeah. Or maybe something that got the Thomas Pop that could have led into Giant's Claw and blah blah blah.
Right. Yep. But
But that was a fun
still
seed,
a
yo.
good run and a good race.
Mhm. Absolutely, yo.
Any closing remarks from Phyrexia, my co-commentator?
No, not really. Just really glad to see a fun end to the Jurassic Rhythm Cup. Thank you to the Jetstown community for organizing all this stuff, and glad to be part of it.
And I think, as far as I know, we do have some Gato stuff, the Gato Cup, coming up here pretty soon. So, keep an eye out for that. Keep them peeled.
Gato Cup is always a fun time. Well, thanks again to our runners. Thanks again to our community for putting all of this on. Congratulations once again. My name's PhilosoRay, and I'm signing off.
See you around. And GG's.
GG's and good night, everyone. Sweet dreams. Green dreams.